Welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm going to talk about 3 different tips and tactics that I use to better capture hunting imagery. Alright, so my first tip is to shoot in bad weather. So when it's really cold and it's really wet, your fingers are numb, the last thing you want to do is pull out your camera. Like, that is exactly when you should be taking photos. I've grown really fond of shooting imagery in bad weather just because human struggle seems to be most pronounced when the weather sucks. And in mountain hunting especially, bad weather is to be expected, which makes it really fun. Emotion is most prevalent through someone's face, so I focus on just like the snow pelting the hunter's face, try to get them wincing at the cold and rain. And I think these types of shots, because of their extreme nature, you know, whether you're a hunter or not, I think you can relate. 2 tools that I've found super beneficial for helping you shoot in bad weather are 1, a Ruggard rain cover. A handful of different versions here, but these cheap plastic ones are like $5 a piece, and they just slip right over your camera and cinch around the lens. The second tool is an air blower. An air blower, it's simply just a silicone tube with a nozzle on one end. When you squeeze it, a blast of air comes out the other. It's really awesome for blowing off water droplets and condensation that might form on your lens. It's way better than a lens cloth just because it doesn't smear the water. It's a Sensi bulb air blower, and this thing retails for like $7. So my second tip is to capture the reaction. And almost every hunt that I've ever been on, it's a roller coaster of emotions. There's so many highs and low points, always wild things happening, close encounters, holy moments, and those reactions, both positive and negative, or like happy or sad, like those are something that I really hone in on. I focus on the hunter, photograph their body language, the concentration as they get close, and then immediately after the shot, whether it be successful or not, I try to capture their expressions and emotions. If it was a miss, it's usually a really heavy moment. And they might look at the camera and give me a really pissed off look, but I'll photograph it and shoot it anyway because it's all part of the hunt. If it's a good shot, I'll capture the celebration. Some hunters, they jump up in the air and throw their hands high, and you know, just the adrenaline will be racing through the roof. For others, it's a really sobering, kind of like an introspective moment. In either case, the reaction photos just after taking an animal are something in which every hunter can relate to, and kind of an overarching goal of photography is to create a connection with the viewer, and I just find that capturing a hunter's reaction is a great way to do that. My third tip is to capture faces. As I mentioned earlier, emotion is most prevalent through someone's face, and one technique I use for capturing these types of images is to just really zoom in on faces during conversation. Whether it be a conversation I'm having with the subject or one they're having with someone else, you know, get in tight, capture those facial expressions, the laughs and the smiles. You know, asking someone to smile often results in a very staged, kind of awkward smile and image. So instead, I really try to capture those natural, undirected, authentic facial expressions during really all stages of the hunt. All right, to recap, those 3 tips are: 1, shoot in bad weather; 2, capture the reaction; 3, photograph faces. There's one theme that really ties all of these tips together, and that's emotion. Humans are naturally emotional creatures. We connect to others through our emotions. As a photographer or someone just getting into photography, you know, if you're wanting to create better images, you know, shooting with emotion in mind, trying to connect to your viewers through emotion, or just always having that kind of in the forefront of your mind when you're shooting, that's going to really help you hone your photography skills and help your images to stand out. All right, that's a wrap for today. Much more in the works. We'll see you next time.